So, Tana did an oopsie. Well, she basically said that asthma isn't shit, and everybody who has it needs to eat shit and get over it. I'm totally fucking kidding. I'm just kidding. Wouldn't that be fucking funny, though, if that actually happened? No, but I bet you anything the commentary community would just fucking eat that shit with a spoon. If that actually fucking happened, they would have like... I mean, honestly, they're all having a heyday right now anyways, because when you don't have any originality or real opinions or can't think of actual topics for yourself, what do? That's right. You go onto Twitter and you see what everybody else is angry about, and then you just repeat all of that almost basically verbatim on your channel. It's super easy. I mean, that's what it looks like, at least, because they all do it. They all do it. Okay, guys, they do it in every fucking video. I'm not talking about all commentary channels. I'm talking about the majority portion. I mean, like, seriously, do any of these fucking channels have any fucking original points on anything, or give anybody the benefit of the doubt, or critically look at or contextually look at situations, or any of this shit? What? No, they don't? Wow, what a fucking surprise. Am I surprised that Tana Mojo's in everybody's videos right now and they're all literally saying the same shit? No, I'm not fucking surprised. Does it annoy me? Yeah, it fucking annoys me. It always does. Every fucking time. It's the same shit. Honestly, at this point, I just don't fucking care. I guess I can't really say that because I made a video and I obviously sound like I care, so I guess I can't really say that. Sorry. Okay, so I'll just give you the basic rundown. Okay, Tana has a reality TV show on MTV. An episode aired where she went to the doctor for her lungs, lung condition she's actually had for a while. I think she's talked about it a couple of different times. She's never really gotten into much detail about it, but anyways, there was an episode about her going to the doctor. She might have had tuberculosis, which is a contagious infection caused by a bacteria that is mainly affected by the lungs. Yes, I am reading this off the web. She went into this thinking that she might have that, which is pretty traumatic. Tuberculosis is very painful, and it's actually nowadays it's very rare to have. You can definitely still get it, but it's not super common. So I think that she didn't really think that she would have that. So that's pretty traumatic to sit there and think about that, number one. But we'll get into all that kind of shit later. I'm just giving you a rundown. I'm trying to, but I'm getting off track. I apologize. Anyway, let's get back to it. After this, she finds out that she just has like asthma and all she needs is an inhaler. But then like after this, you can kind of start seeing her shut down in the episode where she starts to basically just shut down. She acts dismissive and she continuously keeps saying, no, asthma's not a big deal. It's like, whatever, like, I don't care, blah, blah. I need to go like smoke a blunt. And this is what people were angry at. However, obviously when I saw it, I obviously saw it in a completely different fucking way than I guess the mass majority of people saw it. And, like I said, this is the basic version of why people are angry, and I have some opinions about the group's opinions, so we're gonna talk about it because I disagree. The TV show. Alright, we're gonna talk about reality TV here for a hot minute. Please, God, please, Pizza Steve, our Lord and Savior, Cheesy Pizza Steve, I thought we millennials were all in agreement that all reality TV is bullshit. We all had a silent secret meeting in the courtyard after sacrificing Jake Paul that we all agree that when the internet started popping and mainstream TV started to die, we all figured out that every fucking reality TV show is scripted to fuck and it's all fake as shit. Because it is. I feel like this was already common information, but I guess after this it's not. Well, actually, also, Tana Mojo's fan bases can range. I know there are adults that watch her, but there's also kids that watch her, and I think a lot of kids, especially Gen Zers, especially Gen Z kids being born into the era of, like, personality, YouTube, influencer type shit. Like, this is the real me, this is the real me. Okay, well, just for the Gen Zers out there, come close. All reality TV show is fake. All of it. We all know this. It's fake. We all know it's scripted. We all know it's fake. Just letting you know. Bye. I don't want to say it again, and I'll say it again more bluntly, unless I was not coming. If I was coming off too trolly like Trisha Paytas, oof, yes, queen. But all reality TV shows are heavily scripted. All of them. Every single fucking one is scripted. And every single reality TV show has manipulated footage, meaning they have hours of shit and they pile it into whatever's going to fit their narrative the best and whichever one they feel like is going to get more views. And they don't give a fuck about the people in the show. They don't fucking care. They don't care about your image. They don't care about how you look on screen. Only thing they care about is the good story and whatever is going to get, I guess, clicks or whatever's going to get the most viewers to watch the show. That's all they fucking care about. It's a job and they're there to get it done. That's how places like these work. And that's another reason why a lot of fucking people are not watching TV shows like this anymore. They're not watching mainstream TV because it's such corporate bullshit, and we're a lot of like millennials and Gen Zers don't like that shit. We don't want it. I mean, millennials grew up with it and we're sick of it. We don't like it. We don't want it. You would think with that being in mind that people would be more aware when this kind of stuff happens. They would know that this shit's fake and that they're going to be manipulated and taken out of context when they put this shit together. But to be completely honest, it's actually really not that commonly known. It's really actually kind of astonishing to me how many people actually do not know that these shows are so fucking heavily scripted. There are dozens of people. You can go look it up on YouTube. Any reality TV show you've ever watched, there are people who have been severely fucked over because of it. One, my favorite one to think about and to bring up in this whole scenario is sadly America's Next Top Model. Now, if you don't know, America's Next Top Model is technically like a reality TV show about girls who go through these challenges in order to get a deal with like CoverGirl to be America's Next Top Model. And it's hosted by Tyra Banks, and so many fucking people have come forth and said this girl is fucking whack. She whack as shit. So many people have had so many bad experiences being on the show, being taken out of context. There was one girl who her career for the longest time had been ruined because she was portrayed as a bitch in the show, because that was kind of like the part that she was supposed to be playing, because the majority of all these shows are scripted and improvised, but they're not real. Like these aren't real things that are actually happening 90% of the time. It's just like acting and like improvising and kind of like having fun with it. However, when you edit things out of context, you can ruin somebody's reputation and then also completely fuck with somebody. There was one girl, I'll link her video down below. She was one of the girls in the cycles for America's Next Top Models. Her name is Jenna Turner. She has a medical condition that makes her lose her hair, and I think alopecia. And in the show, her story on what actually happened versus what you see in the show is fucking mind-blowing. Basically, what it comes down to, alopecia makes you lose all of your hair. She has a big issue with this because, no shit, I mean, I wouldn't want to lose my hair either. It's like, I don't want to do, like, this whole gender thing, but yeah, like, every girl wants her hair. Like, they like playing with it. Like, 99% of the time, it's just, like, it's, like, a part of you for a lot of people. And it was, for her, is something that was very important. And so they ended up making her a custom wig based on what her hair had looked like before it all fell out, which was very significant to her. And they got a shot of her crying with this happening. But then later on, they said, oh no, like, oh, we're not actually giving you a wig for the makeover. So, like, they also do these makeovers too, right before they, like, get the show started. And for the makeover, they told her that they were going to be making her a wig, but then they switched around and then they started filming and they're like, oh, actually, we're not making you a wig. Your actual makeover is we're taking the wig off and you're not going to have a wig for the rest of the series. And then she started bawling. But in the show, it was portrayed and shot and edited together as them knowing that she has alopecia, and they're helping her. They're just trying to help her. We're here for you. We're helping you through this hard time of taking off your wig. When actually they manipulated the situation to make her cry harder so they can get a better shot by lying to her, telling her that they made her a custom wig, and then saying, aha, you just kidding, bitch. Actually, you're gonna have no wig. You're gonna be bald the whole fucking show. That's so fucked up. And for the longest time, most of these people can't say anything because they're under NDA contracts, which Jenna was under a NDA contract and couldn't talk for the longest time. So she had to wait till it was up before she could actually say anything. My whole point through all this is to tell you that if you're going to criticize somebody for how they are, you cannot use reality TV shows 100%. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is about. You cannot use reality TV show that they were in as any form of evidence when I'm talking about the footage from the show, like using it, like look what she's doing, like she's such a bitch, like look at her, like fucking yell at this woman. You can't use it. You can't use that. That's not a legitimate actual source of evidence for fucking anything, because it's all scripted and manipulated, and the people who are actually inside and acting, they have absolutely no control whatsoever about the final output, how they're portrayed, how shots are put together. This was a huge issue with was it a K-pop drama show, not K-pop drama show, a K-pop idol show where they like kind of compete to see who's like, it's like America's Next Top Model, kind of, but like for like K-pop idols, but it's like not actually that. Like they make a group and it's like a really big deal. And besides the fact that the whole fucking thing was rigged, they will take certain people and re-edit their shots to make them look bad, so they'll do less good in voting versus other people, shit like that. So I would really not take any kind of evidence from this reality show at all, because if you do, you're dumb. I'm talking to you commentary channels. You all fucking talk about the bullshit of the world, but you don't fucking see through the fact that obviously this footage is edited out of context. No shit. It's a fucking reality TV show. You're getting your evidence from a fucking are we this fucking out of content to make? You are literally taking this from a fucking reality TV show. Are you kidding me? Alright, now that we're all cleared up on the situation, let's get into the reason why people were angry and why I disagree. Opinions are all welcome. They're all fucking welcome. But here's mine, because everybody can say what they want, but I can also say what I want. And I don't know why I'm trying to defend myself. I think it's mostly because when I have opposing views of everybody else, I get really scared that I'm gonna get yelled at because I'm a huge fucking pussy and I can't take people yelling at me because I don't like confrontation. But the second point that I wanted to make was how in the show that she was being seen as, she was dismissing and kind of giving a negative reaction to having an inhaler and having asthma. Most people seem to take the situation as her like downplaying it, but like I didn't really kind of see it that way when I originally saw it. I mean, to be completely honest, the way that she acted, I think it's kind of rude and dismissive for her audience to see her shutting down after being told something that everyone's complaining and bitching about is really serious. And I mean, it is serious, but it's extremely manageable. I mean, just have to get an inhaler, be careful, know what's going to trigger you. I mean, after a while, it's not too difficult to keep up with. Yeah, it can kill you. However, you guys all need to realize and understand that asthma is a very treatable, and it's a very not life-terminating or lifelong illness or extremely painful thing like tuberculosis, which is what she originally thought that she had, which is extremely fucking scary to have, since a lot of people don't have it nowadays. And it's scary. It's a scary word. People, when you hear about it, you always hear about people in the 1800s dying because of it. So obviously hearing this in a doctor's office makes her very, very scared. There's cameras being pointed at her. She shuts the fuck down. And even though she has asthma, I feel like two things could have happened in this situation. Number one, she either was saying it's not that big of a deal, it's not that big of a deal, because in comparison, she was like, I could have fucking had tuberculosis, homie. I just got asthma. Thank fucking Jesus. Hell yeah. I get the better of two evils. You know what? I'm good. Or she could have been so kind of very not in a good place about hearing this, and you are very, very like, oh my God, and just trying to process this. And the only thing that you can actually really say is, it's not that big of a deal, it's not that big of a deal. While you're saying that, you're also trying to calm yourself down, because to you know it's a big deal, but you're scared, and that's how you deal with trauma. That's how so many fucking people deal with trauma. And I'm not saying that I think that this is what's happening. I'm just giving other viewpoints on what could be happening, because to be completely honest, I really do think the way that she shut down and the way that you saw her in that clip, if it is being edited truly to what we saw in the episode, to be completely honest, it really just came across like she was just trying to process the information, to be completely honest. And I think it's very funny how people online tried to scrutinize her for downplaying it. However, they were also at the same time downplaying the fact that when you hear something like that, number one, when you also think you have something worse, but then you hear that you have something not as bad, of course, but still kind of bad, and people bitched about her downplaying something. She wasn't saying like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, like, fuck these people. She was literally like, it's like not that big of a deal, like, everybody has asthma, like, it's not that big of a deal, which is, kind of true. A lot of people do have asthma, but honestly do think that she's just trying to make the lighter of the situation for herself, because she's probably grieving. That's how you grieve, and this is a form of grieving. When you get bad news like this, even though it doesn't have anything to do with mortality and people dying, it is still, your brain still goes through the motions of denial, and then more steps in between there, and then finally acceptance. But you have to go through those stages, and I don't really think that we as an audience are allowed to criticize her when we don't know the full story, because like I had said from the very fucking beginning, this is all from a reality TV show, and we don't know what actually fucking happened, and all we're seeing are edited clips by a studio that has no association with Tana Mongeau or cares about her image beyond the point of the fucking show. The show does not fucking care about her. They don't care how she's portrayed, because it doesn't fucking matter to them. It's not gonna look bad on them. It's gonna look bad on her, because, oh, she's the one who said it, not us, guys. Like, it wasn't us. Like, no, they fucking edited it together, and they fucking know better, but guess what? They're not gonna get any shit for it, because they're not the fucking influencer, and they fucking know that, and they know that they can do fucking anything with this. That's how all reality TV shows work. That's what they all fucking do. They do whatever the fuck they want because they know they fucking can. They know no one's gonna come after them because they're not a public figure. So I'm wondering if this is going to start becoming a trend where dying TV shows are going to start trying to grab and try to cling on to social media influencers who don't understand how reality TV shows work, and try to sucker them into this shit and filter them through a factory and then spit them back out just to get some more views on their show, because TV's dead and no fucking millennial or Gen Z wants to fuck with TV because it's boring and stupid. The moral of this whole video is, we all know that TV shows, reality TV shows, are going to play up subjects and make it worse because TV is dying and they're desperate. Okay, until next time, please be aware that the National Geographic has officially declared that yaoi is better than hentai. I am not joking. This is a legitimate article. Fucking fight me. Also, I'd also like to mention that while I have been perusing more art-related discords and going into VC channels, it's been blatantly pointed out to me several times that I apparently sound a lot like another art YouTuber called 𝗦𝒐𝗰𝗶𝒏𝗹
Popular on the internet, then that doesn't make me a real artist. Well, newsflash, bitch! It's 2019 and we pay people for the work that they do.
But she's also retweeted to this.
I'm okay with a tiny bit of clutter for a little bit of time, but
she's estranged from her father. Estranged meaning she does not love him.
In making my own music, that wasn't something I wanted to do.
I kind of listened to her videos again, since now I edit everything that I say, which is not fun, by the way, and I now definitely see the similarities, but I also find it very funny to the fact that I do almost exclusively all digital art, period. It's my preference, and she does basically only traditional art, and I find it very funny that even though we sound apparently very similar, we do almost completely different mediums, and I just wanted to kind of point that out. I found it very entertaining and very funny.